What is up, guys? RSC6414 here, back with another video. Um, and this is my video response to you guys' questions. I appreciate everybody taking the time to answer questions. If I put the Q&A video up Monday, gave you guys 2 or 3 days to ask your questions. I had to work a couple of those 2 or 3 days, and at my job, and didn't have the time, couldn't find the time to do it. So I'm doing it now. I apologize for the long wait. If people were wondering when it was coming, well, here it is. I apologize again for the wait, but hopefully I make it worth your while. I'll answer everybody's questions. Again, appreciate everybody taking the time. Asking the questions means a lot. So here we go. This is my official Q&A video response. Anything Goes show. When did you start watching wrestling? This is a complicated one. I started watching, not a complicated question, but this is a complicated response. Started watching in '98 and until about 2001. My favorite was Goldberg. Watched WCW, Monday Night Nitro, and some other stuff. Monday Night Wars were good then. I guess sort of they didn't really have those yet. I mean anymore, but you know what I mean. Uh, feels so yeah. And then about 8 years, 8 or 9, I went on a hiatus of watching wrestling. 2010 August, probably 20th. I don't know. It was the SmackDown after SummerSlam when Skip Sheffield hurt his arm for Nexus. It was like Nexus versus WWE at SummerSlam 2010. Most of you probably remember that one. But started watching SmackDown after that and got into it, and just liked it ever since. WWE, TNA, indie companies, watched tons of indie companies, buy the pay-per-views, watch WWE, TNA, ROH. So yeah, just really like wrestling. I've been a hardcore fan ever since 2010, and '98 to 2001 I watched it, just not as religiously I'd say, but I did watch it. Goldberg was my favorite, and I've just watched it since late 2010 till now. So yeah, that's when I started watching. Uh, if you were starting your own wrestling company, Anything Goes show asks, who would be the one superstar you would build around? Great question. I'd say Dolph Ziggler. He's one of the best in-ring workers in the WWE. I really like him. Um, so yeah, I'd say Dolph Ziggler. He just had a great match, Night of Champions 2012 versus Orton. Really great match. Stole the show. He steals the show in a lot of his matches. Just really like him. There's just one of the best in-ring workers in WWE in my opinion. I'd either him, Punk, or Jericho I'd choose, but I'd choose Ziggler to build it around. I just think he's a really good wrestler, really entertaining, brings some excitement to matches, and he just is one of the better in-ring workers, best wrestling skills in WWE in my opinion. CM Punk and Jericho are up there too, but I'd choose personally Ziggler, just my opinion. But yeah, Ziggler, good question. Uh, Gary's Daily Vlogs asks favorite legend and least favorite legend of all time. My favorite legend is Goldberg. Liked him ever since I started watching. My least favorite legend, Dude Love, even though he's Mick Foley, I'm going to say Dude Love just because he was considered a wrestler, even though it was a gimmick for Mick Foley. But Dude Love's probably my least favorite if you consider him a legend. I guess you do. I don't know. But yeah, Dude Love. Just never got in the guy, but I don't have anything against Foley or his other gimmicks, Mankind, Cactus Jack. Don't mind those. But Dude Love and Goldberg's my favorite. Gary's Daily Vlogs asks favorite and least favorite Diva wrestler. My favorite Diva wrestler currently is AJ. Past is Karma. I know that's a surprise considering she didn't wrestle. She probably was in WWE 4 months before she left, but she got me into Divas watching again. When was Karma going to strike and come out and take out the Divas? So it was kind of interesting and entertaining, but now she's Awesome Kong in other promotions. But yeah, Karma is my favorite Diva wrestler of all time. AJ currently. Uh, Least favorite current Diva wrestler, Cameron for the Funkadactyls. Don't like her too much. Just doesn't wrestle. Just whatever to me. And then my least favorite Diva wrestler of all time is probably Jillian Hall. Never been a huge fan of hers. Just when they Boogeyman did that fake birthmark off her neck, which is pretty stupid. But yeah, I'd say Jillian's probably my least favorite past diva. So yeah, um, Gary's Daily Vlogs asks top 5 least favorite wrestlers. I'd say my top 5 least favorite wrestlers in order. Um, John Cena, The Rock, The Miz, Sheamus, and Christian. I don't know why. I just don't like Christian. Can't get into the guy. No one take this offensively, but just don't like him too much. Just can't get into him for some reason. I know a lot of you guys, some of you, like Christian a lot, but nothing against you. I just don't like Christian personally. That's my opinion. So yeah, going over again. Cena, Rock, Miz, Sheamus, Christian. Good question. Another one by Gary's Daily Vlogs. Doesn't bother me that everybody's asking lots of questions. The more the better, in my opinion. So appreciate it again. Gary's Daily Vlogs, top 5 favorite wrestlers. JTG, I'm guessing this is current JTG. R-Truth, Kofi, um, and I'd probably say Mark Henry, and then Brock Lesnar. Favorite top 5 current favorites. Then Kurt Hawkins would probably be 6th. So yeah, those are my top 5. Yeah. Stones Animations asks, if you could pick any superstar WWE to meet past or present, who would it be? Past, I'd say, I know you said any, but I'm going to go ahead and say my past would be Goldberg, and present would be JTG. I know a lot of people don't know why I like JTG, but there's a question I'll explain later. It's sort of an odd, weird question. I mean, response, but whatever. Past, Goldberg, present, JTG. Um, Do you collect WWE figures by Stones Animations? Yes, I do. I have a bin, about 50 of them back there, all Mattel, past and present wrestlers in there. I still like to play with them sometimes. So yeah. Uh, oh yeah, who do you think could beat the Undertaker at Mania? Who would it be? That was another question by Stones. Great question. I'd say Cena or Kane. I'm gonna go with Kane just because he was his brother. He's lost to him a couple of times, and I think Kane's gonna take Taker down and beat his streak eventually when he. I think it's gonna be someone that Undertaker respects, like he said many times before, and Kane's that guy. So I think Kane would take him. I could see Cena, but I'm going with Kane. Um, Tom Mayhew, best film starring a WWE superstar. I'd say my favorite film starring a WWE superstar is The Longest Yard. I had Great Khali in it, if that even counts, with Adam Sandler. Um, Great Khali had a minor role, same with Goldberg was a past one, but he was in it. So yeah, I'd say Longest Yard is my favorite starring a WWE superstar. Good question. Tom, another question. Favorite wrestling video game? I'd say my favorite one was SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. I really liked it. I know a lot of people say it was really easy, and it was, but I liked that had superstars like JTG, Primo, Hornswoggle as a manager, stuff like that. Just some more low card, mid card superstars that they don't have anymore. Was in that game, so I really liked that. Instead of taking the time to create it, they had the wrestlers already there for you. A lot of them. So that was cool. Um, Jeff Hardy or Rey Mysterio, Tom asked. Jeff Hardy, really like him. Rey Mysterio, nothing against him. I like him alright too. Just from Jeff Hardy more, I like it. He just goes for more risks, more exciting wrestler in my opinion, like the face paint, just creative, and yeah, I really like Hardy, so Jeff Hardy over Mysterio. J Rain, how long have you watched wrestling? I watched wrestling, like I said, I started in 1998 to 2001, and I watched 2010 to 2013. So I'd say almost 3 years currently. If you count all that, put that together, I'd say about 5.5 years I've been watching wrestling. 98 to 2001, and then 2010 to 2013. Currently, I'm still watching wrestling. So yeah, right, if you bring that all together, 5.5. If you count currently, I'd say probably 2.5, almost 3 years, 2 3/4. What was the first match in WWE you saw, J Rain? My first match I saw, I think it was Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler on SmackDown 2010. Dolph Ziggler and Kofi were in a feud at the time. Dolph Ziggler was a heel, and Kofi was a face, obviously. And it was back in that feud they had in 2010. That was the first match I saw on SmackDown. I think it was late August. But if I'm not, that was the first match. Kofi versus Dolph, good match. What was which WWE superstar inspired you to start wrestling, J Rain? Good question, but it's gonna be a difficult one. Which WWE superstar? I'd say, I guess you can consider WCW, WWE Goldberg. Um, if not him, I went and checked the roster WWE one night in 2010. It was an interesting story, and I got it. Thought maybe I'll start watching wrestling, and I did. Looked at the roster, saw some cool guys, and chose it. Goldust looked cool, JTG. So yeah, basically that's why how I started watching wrestling. Goldberg would probably be the most superstar that inspired me, though. Austin Jones, why did you start watching wrestling? I started watching wrestling just because I liked it. It was interesting. I like the passion in some of the wrestlers. Indie I like better, but WWE, I just like it for some reason. I like the extreme rules, the passion, the blood, the sweat, the tears, laying it all on the line, just intense moments. You never know what's going to happen. You never know who's going to come out. Just some swerves. It's fun to make the predictions, guess what's going to happen. I just like it for that reason. It's just an interesting, fun, different kind of thing to watch, and it's entertaining to me. Hence the name Entertainment, World Wrestling Entertainment. But yeah, it's why I like it. Just all those things I just said into one is why I like wrestling. Just really like it and liked it ever since. Austin Jones, would you ever do vlogs? Austin, I'd probably never do vlogs. Maybe in the past. Don't hold me to that, but I probably would not do vlogs. I may do like a Christmas vlog if you guys are interested, or like I don't have like a video camera I can take around. All I have is a webcam, and I can't just do a vlog in my room like this. Unless you wanted me to do like what I have in my room, like a room tour. But other than that, probably couldn't do a vlog because I don't have a camera. I could get a camera and have like what I get for Christmas kind of thing, live unboxing, unwrappings. Same with birthdays, but I can't think. I'm not gonna go like Gary and go. Nothing against Gary, but I just probably wouldn't go around because I don't have a camera. I know he's asked me to as well. So sorry, Gary. Nothing against you or Austin, but I probably will not do a vlog ever. Probably. I don't. It's just I'd like to do vlogs, but I don't have a video camera to take around and show everybody. I just have a webcam, and that's the only reason really why I don't want. So yeah, apologize, but that's my reasoning. So I probably wouldn't do vlogs. But good question. Um, Austin Jones hardcore title or European title? European title. I just like it more than hardcore for some reason. And Shawn Michaels held it. Some other wrestlers. I like the wrestlers that held that more than the hardcore. So European. Austin Jones, you collect WWE action figures. Excuse me. I think Stone's Animations asked this earlier. Yes, I do collect WWE figures, Austin. Like I said, I have a box full of like 50, 55. Don't know how many, but I play with them some. Yes, I play with action figures, whatever. I don't care what people think. So, I don't have any Jacks, but I do have Mattel, some past and present. Um, Austin Jones, why did you start doing YouTube videos? Started doing YouTube videos. Gary's daily vlogs really inspired me to. Really liked his idea of taking the camera around, showing everybody what he did in his daily life. I just thought it was really cool and neat and inspired me. I've seen some other people do some reviews, and I thought, hey, I could do that. I could watch some shows and give my feedback, and people could watch if they were interested to see what my opinion was, do some predictions, some unboxings. stuff like that. That's really what inspired me was Gary's daily vlogs. Really liked it and watched it ever since. And Gary's a really cool guy, and so I'd say Gary's daily vlogs inspired me to start on YouTube. Um, Austin Jones, do you like the PS3 or Xbox 360? I have an Xbox 360, don't have a PS3. I like the 360, but I had a PS2 and I liked the PS2 more just because of the games and you could leave it on for 2 weeks and it wouldn't die. Um, but I don't have a PS3, so I'd have to say Xbox 360, but PS2 is probably my favorite gaming console of all time. That Wrestling Broski asks, what's your favorite match stipulation? Favorite match stipulation would probably be Steel Cage. Just really like it how you can get out of the gate and it's just intense to me and or not a cage match, but you can climb over the top and do stuff like that. So yeah, that's really what interests me is the steel cage match, climb over the fence, go through the door, the gate, and it's just always intense. So I'd say probably a cage match would probably be my most favorite. Probably like no holds barred cage match. That it's more than one stipulation. um, Austin Jones, you play Minecraft? No, I've heard of it, but I've never played it and never seen it. So that's just my answer to that. Austin Jones asks, why do you like JTG so much? I like JTG so much because I started watching in 2010, just really liked him. Like his sort of gangster gimmick was pretty cool to me. And I liked it a lot, and I just liked him. He's a cool wrestler. He just has a lot of charisma too, in my opinion. Just I don't know. I mean, I started watching him, and I like to be different. You know, not how many people do you meet every day that's favorite superstars JTG, and how many do you meet that's favorites are CM Punk, Ziggler, Cena? I like to be different. You know, I like to go away from the crowd. As most of the people who I'm friends with know that I like a lot of jobbers, and JTG is sort of a jobber, but I want him to push. And one of these days, when WWE pushes JTG, hopefully that day will come and he deserves it. And JTG, this has turned into a little bit of a rant, but like I said, that's why I like to be different. JTG, just like his wrestling skills, got some charisma, pretty like do some cool moves, and I just like him. That's all. That's all there is to it, really. If hopefully that answered your question, Austin. Stewie Griffin, cool name by the way. Opinion on John Cena. John Cena as a wrestler, I don't like him just because he comes out and cuts the same boring promos. Wrestling is whatever. I've seen him a lot, and it just gets stale to me. I don't want to see a guy with his shirt off coming out in shorts. Now it's cargos, shorts, which I don't have a problem with, but get some whatever. I don't really. I like him as a person. Respect the guy. Um, for the Make a Wish. He just seems like a down to earth, pretty cool, nice guy. But I don't like him as a wrestler. Uh, Stewie Griffin, what's your opinion on WWE 2K14? Well, Stewie, I've seen some of the roster, Ryback, Henry, I think. The cover with The Rock is whatever. I'm not a huge fan of The Rock. Like I said, he's my second least favorite superstar. I don't like him. And the cover's not great, but I don't play the game based on the cover. I play it to play the game. You know what I mean? Uh, so yeah, I don't know too much about it, but I do know that there's some um, the wrestlers, the roster. They've released about 10 of them. They look like I would expect, and covers whatever. So excited for 2K14. Can't wait to get it. Favorite movie of all time, Gary's Daily Vlogs. Favorite WWE figure of all time, Gary's Daily Vlogs. Favorite movie of all time would be Anchorman with Will Ferrell. That's my favorite movie. Came out in 2005. Check it out if you haven't. Classic movie. Favorite WWE figure of all time would be my man JTG. Can't remember what series it was. It was Elite with his bling and his glasses that said yo yo yo. When he had the bandana, one jean pulled up, one pant leg pulled up, one down. So I'd say JTG Elite would be my favorite. The only Elite they ever came out with. I want to say it was 6 or 7 maybe. Maybe even 8. I think it was 6 or 7. So yeah, what is your favorite food by Gary's Daily Vlogs? My favorite food is probably cheesesteaks. Really like them, Philly cheesesteaks. I like a good slice of pizza, burgers, but I'd say cheesesteaks or lobster's good, crab meat, fish, seafood, steak, but I'd have to say cheesesteak. What is your favorite drink? My favorite drink is probably a soda, and my favorite soda is Dr. Pepper. I really like it. Um, just like it. That's all there is to it. Like the taste. For the Dr. Pepper. The third question. Your favorite WWE pay-per-view ever? Money in the Bank 2011 was a good one. Great American Bash. I've gone back and watched some of them. I liked the King of the Rings way back when. Those were great. But I'd say probably One Night Stand 2008 was really good. It had John Cena and JBL in that blood match, which was good. Batista, Shawn Michaels, Stretcher. One of the last kind of extreme matches before they went to PG-13. And then I think another one was the Great American Bash, the parking lot brawl, JBL and Cena. That was a great one. Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels was a good match. Um, but I'd say probably Money in the Bank 2011, the Randy Orton Christian match, World Heavyweight Championship, and the CM Punk John Cena, best match I've ever seen still to this day. I wasn't there, but on pay-per-view I watched it. Great match. Can't say enough about it. 5 out of 5. CM Punk John Cena, Money in the Bank 2011 is my favorite pay-per-view of all time. Good question. It was a tough one. Um, but probably like my favorite WWE pay-per-view kind of thing would be Royal Rumble. But favorite WWE pay-per-view ever was Money in the Bank as far as the event in wrestling, Money in the Bank 2011. Favorite WWE belt ever, like Gary's Daily Vlogs. I'd say my favorite WWE belt ever would be the Cruiserweight, just because it gave some lower Carter superstars a chance to win a belt, and it was cool. Nothing against Hornswoggle, but to have him as the last champion wasn't really great. But at Chavo, some good guys. I like the U.S. title, IC Championship, European title, the original tag team title belt. But I'd say Cruiserweight Championship is my favorite belt. Intercontinental is cool too. Favorite WWE video game by Gary's Daily Vlogs, SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, like I answered earlier. It's alright if the questions are the same. I don't care. I'll answer them again. Doesn't bother me. But yeah, my favorite WWE video game, SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, the last of the series. Had superstars like JTG. SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 was a great one. A lot of people would argue 2011 was too easy, and it was, but it was great to me because I could win matches whenever I wanted. Um, and they had superstars like Primo and JTG, some jobbers that they don't have in current games anymore, so I miss that. But, what are you gonna do, I guess? Um, do you like Grand Theft Auto video games by Gary's Daily Vlogs? Uh, yes, I do like Grand Theft Auto video games. My favorite one's Vice City. You can get a machete and slice people up. Sounds kind of sick, but that's the premise of the game. Um, go around on a rampage and commit Grand Theft Auto. Hence the name. Liberty City was good. Never played San Andreas. Played the original, but I had Liberty City beat the game. Vice City beat the game. Really fun game. Vice City is probably my favorite one. Um, Now, all about wrestling, all about pro wrestling asks, hey man, 2 questions. When did you start wrestling, and what do you think is the best wrestling TV show? I started watching wrestling in '98 to 2001 with Goldberg, and and then just liked it ever since. And then 2002, not liked it ever since because I didn't. 2002 to 2010, I didn't watch wrestling at all. Never saw it again. And then 2010, I knew it was on TV, just never watched it. And then 2010, late August to 2000 to currently, I've watched wrestling ever since. So I'd say 98 I started watching wrestling till about 2001, and then 2010 to current. Watch wrestling for a little bit, I guess, not nearly as long as a lot of people, but I still have and can tell you some of the pay-per-views and past shows and stuff. Gone back, watched some of those. But yeah, uh, then he says, what do you think is the best wrestling TV show? Best wrestling TV show, my favorite one, SmackDown. I miss the brands that they had, like when they'd have them on different rosters, different brands. But I really liked it then, but I still stick with it. SmackDown Superstars I like because they have some jobbers that can win matches that don't get on WWE TV a lot. But when they put tons of funk on there, I could care less. Main Event's a good one. But TNA Impact's great. But I'd say the best show right now is Raw. As far as it is really long, but as far as some of the storylines that progress, and the only show really WWE has where storylines progress currently. Um, I mean, they sometimes does on Main Event, sometimes SmackDown. NXT's a great one. I watch them all, but as far as the best wrestling show on TV currently, I'd say Raw. Um, that's all the questions. Appreciate everybody. I hope I answer everybody's to the best that they wanted, and this is my first Q&A. I'll do one in the future, maybe. If anybody wants to, put a thumbs up if you want me to do more of these. Um, Comment what you thought of it. If you guys watched the whole 27, 20, coming up on 27, appreciate it. Thanks again, guys, for asking all the questions. Really appreciate taking the time to do that. And doesn't bother me if people ask multiple questions. The more the better. So this is a long one, but I hope I answer everybody's questions like they wanted. And appreciate it again. Check out my other videos and subscribe. That concludes my Q&A video response. Thanks, guys.